Hey, Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. And what we have is something that people have been waiting for a while, and that is a WA version of the kind of famous Kanehide Ps60 Gyutos. So this is the Kanehide Ps60 WA Gyuto 210mm knife. The core steel, again, is what's known as Ps60. I think they call it pure stainless, but it's got a cryogenic treatment on it, I believe, and it increases the edge retention and toughness a little bit on it. So it's a good solid stainless steel. It's easy to sharpen, holds an edge pretty well, and it's just a good solid steel. So heat treats are on 60 to 60 run Rockwell. The construction is mono steel, so there's no cladding or layers. It's just one piece of steel that's shaped. And as expected, the weight is quite a bit less than on the Western versions of these. So it's basically the same blade, same shape, same grinds. It's just a different style of handle. So the weight is quite light at 124 grams or 4.4 ounces. The edge length about 212 millimeters on the edge, 8.35 inches. Overall length about 14 inches. The spine thickness coming out of the handle is about a little over 2 millimeters, and then about halfway down it's about 1.9. And about, I'd say maybe 2 inches, you start getting a little bit of a distal taper. So the tips are pretty thin on these and perform quite nicely. Blade height is quite generous at 46.4 millimeters, so you've got a lot of clearance here for your fingers on the cutting board. The handle is just a good basic octagonal walnut with a maple ferrule, and about 76 millimeters or 3 inches in circumference where the ferrule meets the wood. Main part of the handle, and nice tight handle install. The handles are pretty light, so that brings the balance point forward a little bit. So there's your balance point. Still a little bit behind a pinch grip, but it's definitely more forward than it would be on the Western version. So fit and finish is nicely done on these. You got a machine finish on them. You've got screened on kanji and logo. And then they thin these out towards the edge on the right side of the blade more than the left side of the blade. A little bit on the left, but you'll see that kind of shiny section is where they thin it out towards the edge. So the performance is quite respectable on these. There's the left side of your blade. So they're thin enough to go through things quite well. They've got a little bit of stiffness to them. Just good all-around performers. They're no slouches, put it that way. Let's see, we talked about balance point. Fin and finish is really nice. You got a rounded spine with nice polish to it, rounded choil here. Got a good spot for a finger for a pinch grip. Nice out-of-the-box edge, maybe 6 out of 10. So you can just take these out of the box and start working with them. All stainless. Here's your profile on the board. They've got a good all-around profile. Pretty aggressive belly towards the tip, so you can get pretty high on it. They'll rock really nicely, but they've got a little bit less aggressive belly towards the back half, so you can chop a little bit with them, push, pull, cuts. So it's just a pretty good all-around profile. Very, very smooth. So nice execution. So if you've been looking for a lighter or Japanese-handled version of this knife, here they are. So this is the Kanehide Ps60 WA Gyuto 210mm knife.